where you are and who you are and what you do now, I guess from the start.
Yeah, we can go back to, like, obviously first thing when I think of you as Air Cadets, when we were kids, so to speak, and our journey
Yeah.
began there. And to be honest with you, that kind of shaped a lot of like who I am now. And I'm sure for you, you can vouch for that too, in terms of the characteristics and the personality we've developed, right? So obviously communication, leadership, self-discipline, time regimen, like so much of that molded kind of how we are today, and that even
Yeah.
how you are too, right? So we can attribute a lot of who we are right now to that foundation. So I think everything just started there in terms of my personal development, and seeing you grow through the ranks and myself grow through the ranks. We look back, we're like, thank God we went through that, because if it wasn't for that, maybe we wouldn't be in this position, right?
Yeah, I was a completely different person before Air Cadets, and
100%, yeah.
I really respect the whole program and what it stands for and what they do.
Yeah.
And I tell people who are like, when their kids are around the age of 11, 12, I'm like, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Like, and they'll find their own path. Like, not everyone became pilots. I only know maybe 3 people of everyone that we met in Air Cadets who actually went on and became pilots or do, private training or whatever it's called, private flight school. Not a lot of people do that, but I see a lot of good citizens. I still keep in contact with a lot of those people. A lot of those people are my really good friends.
Yeah.
And I think it's a phenomenal program. I mean, like I was nowhere near the person that I am today without it. So I really attribute it to it. But yeah, go on.
Yeah,
Continue.
so I think, everything kind of started there. And obviously we finished cadets, we were trying to find out where we want to go from there in terms of like our undergrad or university, college, et cetera. So, went to U of T, did my kinesiology degree there. And then we were at a fork in the road. Where do we want to go from here, right? Do we want to, like, what do we do with our careers? What do we want to be like? And we were starting to shadow people and trying to talk to different types of professions. What were we passionate about, right? So I think at the end of my university career, I actually wanted to pivot and go into the RCMP or go to, Royal Military College. We did a lot of our training there, right? In terms of
Athletic instructor course, yeah.
Yeah, so having that military foundation, I wanted to kind of still pursue that, but I wanted to kind of have like the perfect marriage between healthcare and military. So there was a fork in the road, and then long story short, shout out to great chiropractor, who's also a personal trainer and strength and conditioning specialist. I just kind of fell in love with how he had his interaction with his patients, right? It was more of a friendship that he had, rather than going to your doctor's office and just like a 6-minute conversation, very impersonal, not really delving into like what's happening inside. And then I'm like, you know what? I want to have a relationship with my patients and just not feel that mundane, like, here you go, right?
Cookie cutter, yeah.
Exactly. Like, we're here in this world, and this. We have a gift, right? Your gift is what you do the easiest with the least amount of effort, right? So, I just had a passion of like, how can I improve your life inside out? How can I have a long-term footprint impact in terms of like how you progress through your health? I can get you out of pain. We can get people out of pain easily, right? That's not a problem. But how can we have a long-lasting effect so that, number one, they remember you, but number two, you're changing their life for the long term. And having that,
a lot of people glance over that. They look at like just the knee. Like there's a physio that just started working for us, and he was just so focused on acute care. And I'm like, we're not ER doctors.
Exactly.
Like the knee is one picture or one injury at this moment in time. But what about their overall health? What led to that knee injury? Are they generally out of shape? Are they doing the wrong exercises for that knee joint? Are they not strengthening enough? So overall, you should be motivating them to work on their posture, work on improvement and movement, or whatever it is. But they need to go through that cycle repetitively. A lot of people will focus on that one injury and only that. And it's like, we're not car parts. You can't just be like, okay, the knee's injured, let me replace it, let me switch it out, and now we're good to go. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It still has to fit within the holistic system overall.
Exactly. So the way I look at it is like, we're only there for the beginning of their journey. My whole goal is to not to see that patient. Like, I don't want to, as much as we love treating our patients, we don't want to see them either as much or at all, because we want to provide them with the tools to do things at home without us so that they're more independent. We want to create that independency for them so they feel more empowered with their health. They know how to change their lifestyle, because the common cause of injury, I mean, a lot of it comes down to lifestyle factors, right? Whether chronic or acute, if you can just tune up the inflammatory factors in your health, if you can start moving properly, if you can sleep better and hydrate better, these are all things that you can do at home without me. I just got to tell you in the beginning and coach you, right? We're coaches as well, not just therapists. I find that we're really coaching our patients too. But if we plug in those variables, I don't need to see you as much, because number one, you have the tools that you need. I might check in with you once a month to see how you're doing, but I don't want to see you, right? And I say that in the most like lighthearted way, but that's the goal, is to give them the tools to empower themselves so that they can live independently lifelong, right? That's kind of what we're here for.
Yeah.